Okay, welcome back to my. Hold on, we don't have. Hold on, no game audio there, and for a reason that I will explain. There we go. So, you did not miss a video if you're used to just seeing the same screen as the last time we left off. We're still on the planet. It's right after the parade was ambushed. And I actually did start recording a video right at that point. But my headphones kept disconnecting. Like violently disconnecting wirelessly. And I don't know what it is with these headphones. I'm not quite sure the problem. But anyways, it actually like violently disconnected so much that it disconnected my external hard drive that I record to. And yes, I realize it's probably not a good idea to record to an external hard drive due to issues like that, but I actually lost part of the video. I mean, I lost the video I was recording. So then I started a new video and just was like, oh yeah, okay, well that happened, but hopefully it's okay now. I don't know why I thought I'd like change USB ports or something like that for the adapter. And then, I did a couple more fights. I got to this point and then it disconnected again and crashed the video again. So at that point I said, fuck it, I'm not recording yet. So now I'm here. I'm using different headphones, so there really shouldn't be any issues. But, yeah, you did miss some stuff. I actually leveled up like twice in rapid succession. And, we dealt with some assholes. Victory awaits. Some rebels. And now we're just about out. We're just about out. Ooh, plasma gun. Straight up. Two-handed plasma gun. 11 to 15 damage, 35% armor penetration, range 10, max ammo 16. It says it overheats the weapon, but it does not describe whatsoever what that means. It just says that it overheats. And I think I just put it away as cargo. Well, great. We'll get to that eventually, I guess.
None shall stand in my way.
Aren't we going over here? Very slowly. The stench of physaline and blood blankets the starport. Echoes of shouts and gunfire drift over the landing pads. The shards of plexiglass crunch underfoot. You recognize Sergeant Malgar amid the crowd huddled next to the shuttles. He was the soldier who greeted you upon your arrival on Rykad Minoris. The sergeant's chest is fitted with a sturdy-looking flak vest bearing insignia customary among your troops. One of the enforcers you sent must have given it to Malgar as a gift. A group of bloodied and frightened people is wedged between Malgar's wardens and the shuttles. You recognize them as the governor of the planet and the members of his high-ranking entourage. Their expensive attire has been torn in the fight, and many bear wounds left by bayonets. Some of the nobles are paralyzed with fear, others have succumbed to despair. 2 corpses are lying on the ground with their arms outstretched. Black blood is pooled under one of them. The other's skull has been split open like a nut, encircled by a pinkish-crimson halo of bone splinters and bits of brain matter. Sergeant Malgar, I demand an immediate report. What is going on here? The sergeant spins around to face you, his face a twisted grimace of anger. Our esteemed governor and his gang of cronies have been cowering behind us, and now when things got rough, they thought they could scarp her and leave us here to die. We've shed our blood for him and broken our backs to provide for him. And after all this, you think that's fair, you piece of grok shit? Governor spits out blood and opens his mouth to respond when his head explodes. His body falls limp to the side, his remaining eyes staring upward. For generations upon generations, the nobles of this world cared for Rykad Minoris and ensured the prosperity of its inhabitants. And this is your gratitude, peasant. For killing a nobleman, you deserve to be executed where you stand. My mentor was right. The rabble truly have no honor. Madness, punishable by death. We don't have time for this. We need to get to the shuttle now. Look at yourself, servant of the God Emperor. Whom do you serve? Humanity or its foes? How dare you speak of justice with kindred blood on your hands? Lower your weapon if you value your soul. Malgar raises his gun at you, only to immediately lower it. His hands are shaking. Shame and despair are showing through his mask of bloodlust. For crying out loud, your ladyship. Ma'am, how could you say such a thing? A dull thud comes from deep within the starport. Heavy footsteps shake the rockcrete, raising an unpleasant tremor in your bones. Aw, damn it.
You thought you had killed Aurora. False.
Oh my god.
For I am Aurora. I am the herald of change. Behold the final dawn and die.
I won't
Great, a Chaos Space Marine armed with a fucking heavy bolter.
Sacrifice be gifted.
317 health. Alright, let's start by... What? Alright, Argenta then. Although this arc rifle is not great for a single target.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
That's pretty damn weak, man. And he gets to go first.
Pain and duty go hand in.
Ooh. Okay, that is no joke whatsoever.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Fuck.
I'll do it. This is unacceptable.
We're gonna have to do better than this, man.
Victory is imminent.
Parry. Parry. Fuck.
Absolutely not. All too easy.
This is not great at all.
I don't have time for this.
Yes, let's do some sniping.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Did he miss? I think he missed. What is happening? Who the fuck are these people?
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
I can only really reach Taco Bee, but what good is that gonna do me? I guess I can heal.
Not my specialty.
God damn it. I can't do shit.
Absolutely not.
Fuck. Great.
Nothing of value has been lost.
I won't object. Be gone.
Deal with that. And then stand here, I suppose. Don't I have enough to deal with the Chaos Space Marine? What the fuck?
My vow is to serve.
Gotta exploit the shit out of them.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols. Ability analysis successful.
No op. Getting out of hand. What? They're all over here as well. What the fuck?
Doubt is for the weak.
And I missed. God damn it.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. It will be done. Indeed. It will be done. Victory is imminent.
Yeah. No. Well, no.
I don't have
no.
time for this.
Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that just be awesome if I could do
Nothing I
that?
can't do. Not a problem for me. Nothing I can't do.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay, that was better.
I'm injured. I'm enraged.
That's okay, that's okay, that's okay.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
I actually could get Aurora in there, but it would hurt my main man a little too much.
I am
Go
a
with that.
navigator.
Boom! Dude, she's so good. She's so good.
Do not dare ask. If I may,
so not good.
Oh, my ears!
Alright, that guy's gotta die, right?
Sire knows all, comprehend.
And I miss. But we can do a dismantling attack on Aurora.
Force mode sacrament.
What exactly happened? Where's the log? Okay, I did the good amount of damage. Okay, alright, that's good, I think. Ah! Can you imagine though? Would have been awesome.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
%. That number really is not indicative. Total hit chance, 95%. Calculated with dodge, cover, parry, and deviation. Hit roll, 70. Greater than 20%. Result miss. What does this mean? Initial roll, 90. BS penalty. 95. Oh, BS penalty. That's not covered in the total hit chance? Okay.
I will not.
Now it says 70. And now it hit.
Emperor's judgment.
Good. Well, I could hit him. Maybe it's better if I just kill these guys, though.
At your back at one fewer target.
Or nothing. We just stand here. Doesn't even give hit percentage for this. It must not be possible.
Request approved.
That's possible.
I'll pass.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Not my specialty.
This isn't cover.
Suits my purposes. Absolutely not.
Damn. Alright. Can't get them both. This isn't cover. Even though it's called cover. It does not function as cover. So I'd either have to pop out there or we just grab one of them. It's probably the better bet.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Perfect.
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
Sworn enemy.
Indeed.
Swing.
At your back and call. Free hand.
Nice.
Your hand.
Swing.
I will do my duty.
Fuck. Swing.
Back and call.
Okay, something. It's better than nothing. Now we can give this to Argenta, I guess. I don't know if I like this arc rifle, to be honest.
I'll do it.
Compared to... Yeah, I think we're gonna swap back. It was a cool thought.
Who wants some more? Not like this!
Fuck. That's alright. That's alright. Could have done intimidation. I also could have done this first.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Deliver us!
Ow. Oh, here we go. He didn't do shit.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Guided by faith!
Ow. This isn't even cover. What am I doing?
I'll do it. Eradicated.
Probably just give a whole turn to Cassia, and she'll do it no problem. Dead.
Me? If you insist, Lord.
Dead. No problem. Wish I could get this bastard.
Afraid not.
Pascal, get him. No doubt.
Shall not fear.
Already done.
Alright, here we go. Nope. He's gonna snipe him right in the head. It's gonna all be over. Fuck.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
I don't think I can reach him.
If only that
No.
were possible.
Not even close. Shit. What an asshole.
Explorators know.
Yeah, I know you're giving me line of sight, but it doesn't seem like you really want me to be able to hit this guy. There you go. That was something.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Still no shot there. And if we just do this, probably should have done voice of command first, but it doesn't matter because we're just gonna shoot him in the head and miss. Great.
Suits my purposes.
Isn't there like a morale roll or something that can happen? Shouldn't this guy be one? I just took down a Chaos Space Marine by looking at him. I mean, come on, dude.
Isn't this a job Trent
There you go. Easy. Well, not easy. I mean, that was one of the harder fights we've had, but not the hardest. Shockingly, that one fight is a little overtuned, I think. Even ignoring the electricity in that one fight, the enemies were just kind of nuts. They had all these snipers all the way in the back. It was painful as hell. Okay, yet another level up. Let's grab, oh, I don't know, toughness. And then for this, of course, we're going to take something. I don't really know what build I'm going for Taco B anymore. Because Cassia just seems to be a much better me. She still grants people turns, like every round, just like I do. But then my other half of skill is just shit. She has the eye abilities that are just insane. Like, really, like the best stuff I have. And she grants people turns. I only get half of that. So we may be in the business of a respec or something. I'm not overly impressed with psychic stuff. Compared to I don't know, just like a bolter. Like, here's the thing. Like, I struggle every time I level up, and I struggle to remember all the different effects that I have picked that are based on various characteristics. You know? Like, I'm sure he has something related to perception at some point. And he probably has stuff related to intelligence at some point. In his abilities or in talents we picked or something. I'm not sure. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it doesn't really matter. I guess I'll just pick intelligence. And then here we'll pick... I don't know. He doesn't really need ballistic training. Okay. Toughness, since you just died in combat. It's probably smart. Bonus to parry, you know, more health. These are all good things. He could snag some sort of, you know, he took Pyromancer as well. Yeah, Body of Flames is pretty good. Cable Yard. Toughness. Maybe a bonus to parry. Yep. These are choices. I did take power armor proficiency with Heinrichs, but obviously we have yet to encounter power armor. Could have him dual wield, and that's kind of badass. Fuck it. I might take swift movement. Sure. And Cassia. Fellowship, sure. She can get more awesome eye powers. Well, under effect of any navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced by 10. And don't I have something where it's just like, if I have line of sight on somebody. Yeah, I don't know if that's a power or not. I'm not quite sure. But, it seems like it could be good. Okay. Well, let's see. We want Abelyard to dual wield. That's cool. So he's got a chain sword. I don't know if we have a second chain sword or just a sword or the noble sword. But that costs an extra AP. We do have just a chain sword. Let's go with that. Ho 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 ho. Hell yeah. Argenta, she's gonna go back to her bolter. Unfading Valor. Or just a bolter. Yeah, I think just a bolter. That's unfortunate they start with a unique named weapon and it just very quickly obsolete. And then the plasma gun for Pascal is somewhere else. Oh, yeah, you should be using this. Absolutely. Okay. Wow, that guy was certainly no joke. Life-draining sword. Oh, heretical. Shame. The heavy bolter. Also heretical. The las pistol. And gem of dark vitality. Damn. We do not have any heretical people in our midst.
Weakness.
Shame, shame, shame. Yeah, take it all. Thanks be to the Emperor, you are alive, your ladyship. We are most gratified by your return, and the crew is full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. Before anything else, I will hear an account of what happened to the system's sun. The Voxmaster falters. Lord Captain, we saw a number of ships approach the sun. Black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp angles and edges. They surrounded the star, and then... My apologies, but I struggle to find words that could describe that terrible sight. The Xenos made the sun vanish into the void. Drukhari. As if we did not have enough troubles on our hands already. The Xenos, enemies of humanity. A breed of the Eldari, the most cruel and devious of their kind. The design of their ship matches the description provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, the Drukhari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they rely on creations of their twisted intellect, and many of those creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery to the unenlightened eye. The theft of a sun is one example of what they are capable of. Are the Xenos in league with Aurora's cultists? We can rule out that possibility. The Drukhari would never ally themselves with the arch-enemy's worshippers. If I had to name one thing that humanity and those Xenos have in common, it would be a shared loathing for warp corruption. The situation calls for immediate action, Tacitus Beaticus. We can continue this conversation later if you so wish, but right now, I believe you should assume command. What is the current situation on board? The Navigator's sanctum is no longer empty, but the warp engine is still refusing to obey the engine seers. Without it, we cannot perform a warp jump. It may be angry, or perhaps it is lamenting the injuries it has suffered. I will immediately initiate preparations for a prayer service. If the Omnissiah grants me comprehension, I will appease the machine spirit of this vessel. What is happening on the planet now? Our augur operators are reporting numerous uprisings and other manifestations of the arch-enemy's powers at various locations on the planet. Based on the fragments of communications picked up by our Vox operators, there is practically no resistance being offered by the governor's forces. Millions of people are converting to the blasphemous Final Dawn cult in mass and assembling in prayer circles. Do we have any hope of retaking the planet? I fear that Rykad Minoris is lost. The situation is deteriorating by the minute. We must leave this system as soon as possible. However, there are still people on the planet who have not succumbed to heresy and who are worthy of rescue. Besides the small number of our own shuttles, we also have the shuttles salvaged from the starport. The dark eyes of the Sister of Battle flash. We must save as many as we can. This has all happened for a reason. Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving the people of a dying world through the power of prayer. The God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and her followers up to the sky, away from corruption and death. We must do as she did. Direct all our efforts to saving those people who at this moment look to the heavens in hope of salvation. The lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime objective is to save the Holy Relic, the miraculous fusion reactor, and the electro-priests who guard and tend to it. Every moment we spend in proximity to a dying world, we are putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, is far more valuable than all of Rykad Minoris. The Von Valancius dynasty cannot be allowed to perish. And so lamentable though it is, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. The world is doomed, and its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge toward death, the finale of the cult of the Final Dawn's plans. I once witnessed a similar event, a world that had surrendered to the servants of the archenemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promised them salvation, and they are willingly giving over their souls to chaos, a sacrifice great enough to bring forth a demon world. Our only hope of stopping this process is to retreat to a safe distance from the planet and conduct targeted bombing of the Electro-Priest Monastery. If we blow up the reactor, a thermonuclear reaction will follow. The world's oxygen will evaporate, killing off the entire biosphere. In doing this, we will save millions of souls from a fate far worse than death, and we will save Rykad Minoris from becoming an outpost of the archenemy. Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you to make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it even from orbit. As do I see that the storm is already upon us. With every moment that we waste, it grows ever more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the warp's turbulent currents. I'm with the lady on this. Enough talking. We need to get out of here while we still can. Well, I mean, the decision's sort of made for me, isn't it? Set an optimal course and carry out an orbital strike on the Electro-Priest Monastery. Rykad Minoris must fall. Yes, Lord Captain. I will immediately inform the navigation and artillery decks of the impending maneuver. The right choice, Lord Captain. May the sacred Exterminatus cleanse this veil of corruption. The bridge is in upheaval. The Technomat's prayers mix together in a senseless cacophony, while servitors work hastily to remove a hardened crust of sacred unguents from the warp engine's components. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal with a data slate clutched in his hands, seemingly disconnected from the flurry of activity around him. What is going on here? The warp sextant is not responding to commands. The ship's spirit is rejecting our prayers in anger. I am currently calculating a plea that might appease the noble spirit. Agos, if you do not bring this situation under control, we will all perish. Act swiftly. You are right. This is my temple. Tech comrades, heed my instruction. The mayhem immediately subsides, and the crew's actions fall into some indiscernible logic. The Omnissiah's servants start working in sync, and the Binharic clamor becomes a symphony of reports, which the Magos coordinates like a skillful conductor. Admirably done, Pascal. The Omnissiah guides me. Please take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. Okay. The huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of vid screens and hundreds of lumens. The blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background make your eyes water, and a vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind. The typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the Omnissiah's creation. Among the numerous controls, you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, the same as at the gate to the warrant chamber. Servants of the machine god, heed my command. Acolytes, prepare the incense instrumentation for the liturgy of machine spirit propitiation. No, propitiation? Senior technomats, recite the prayer to generate a current data report. Operations will be marked with the campanological protocol Omnissiah Rejoice. I must inform you that for the purposes of safety, complete reassembly of the warp sextant and updating of its datasmith blessings are required. If this is not done, that at launch, the volume of aggregate calculation errors could result in the destruction of the data crypts. But as we do not have 100 hours at our disposal, we must omit this procedure. A minor deviation from the right of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. What must I do? Place your hand inside the throat of the Cogitator Guardian, the Cyber Gargoyle, which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypts. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as a key to the data core, where the machine spirit dwells. To it we will offer our prayers so that we may bypass the protective protocol for defective connections and launch the warp sextant. The laws of the Omnissiah know no exceptions, and so in this ritual I will remain at your side to placate the wrathful machine spirit in whose abode you will be intruding. Follow my liturgies, Lord Captain, and may we receive his blessing. Okay. The metal jaws clamp down on your hand, breaking your delicate corporeal sheath and releasing warm red liquid into its gullet. At the same moment, the image on the vid screen before you changes. Corporeal sheath. Nam OS. What does it all mean? At the sound of your voice, the Cogitator's servant, whose bronze-bound skeleton is built into the Cogitator housing, shudders. With a screech, its skull rotates toward you and then stops in that position. Benevolent code, a voice receptor. I hypothesize that the defect is located in the analyzer block. I register a reaction to the signal, but no processed response. A temporary override is permissible. The shell was created on a forge world unknown to me. Initiating standard invocation of the machine spirit. What should I do now? Lord Captain, I now ask you to address the machine spirit. Speak the following command. By my authority, I revoke the inviolability protocol of the warp engine. The voice receptor will receive the vocal entry. Without your sanction, the machine spirit will not accept the data from the warp sextant. Okay. One of the Cogitator's vid screens turns red. Servants of the Omnissiah, make now the offering of cleansed data crypts to the machine spirit, so that it may be filled with their true and calibrated data. May the Omnissiah have mercy on our souls. In meek solemnity, the acolytes offer up the cleansed data crypts to the warp engine one after another, repeating prayers of exaltation. After anointing the contacts with sacred unguents, Pascal inserts them in the Cogitator's slots. Your head begins to spin from the holy censer's foul-smelling clouds of smoke, and from the loss of the blood that the cyber gargoyle continues to drink from you, and the world swims before your eyes. Let this mechanism awaken in renewed purity. Suddenly he stops dead. No. His fingers fly over the command runes, entering command after command. His mechadendrites, clicking their pincers, pull at one lever after another. The vid screens fill with strings of symbols, completely incomprehensible to you, but clearly conveying something to the Magos. Say nothing. After a few seconds, one of the data crypts mounted on the Cogitator begins to emit sparks. A moment later, another data crypt does the same. The next bursts into flame and gives off foul-smelling smoke. Around you, the Omnissiah's servants break off from their prayers, and someone bursts into frantic pleading. The massive errors in the warp sextant's calculations is destroying the data repositories. The offering did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with the motive force. We are trapped. Perhaps an alternative Ryzen protocol, or an emergency launch of the auxiliary coils. While the other vid screens are filled with more and more strings of symbols, the monitor in front of you blinks, and its static image changes. Pascal is too engrossed in his ritual to notice. Okay. Stab, true, stab, false, stat check, perturb, disturb, query. Machine spirit, can you hear me? The cogitator's servant creaks quietly in its joints, a sound that is drowned out by the binaric hymns and the tapping of command runes. Input prompt, ping, request response, injury, rescue, query. Rescue. Yes, machine spirit, rescue us. Lord Captain, the excess emotion in your command will render it unintelligible to... Pascal's next vocalization goes unsynthesized as he sees the vid screens begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frenetically galloping across the green background are replaced with stable images, or regularly updating status reports. Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. Registering. Warp sextant activated. Registering. Data stream stabilizing. Registering. 0 data errors found. Reporting. The warp engine is ready for translation. I am also reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the criterion, "Thou shalt witness the mechanism that toils in glorification of its function and in defiance of its deactivation." Lord Captain, Ravor here. The crew are almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier, and I've just received confirmation from the engineering halls. I don't know what you did, but the warp engine's up and raring to go. We're ready to begin the translation to the warp, your ladyship. Lord Captain speaking. I give the order to commence translation to the warp. Waiting for you to ascend the captain's throne, Lord Captain. May the Emperor protect us. Dude, sometimes you just gotta have that magic touch, you know? Somebody's struggling with it for hours, and then you just come over and jiggle it a little bit, and it, boom, works. Little did I know that phenomenon is just due to the machine spirit being a little touchy.
Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void ships plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.
Pretty cool. Completed chapter 1. Hot dog. Lord Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Orselio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Furibundus system. The Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process. The Furibundus system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Coronis expanse. The tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp, and to allow the servants of the Omniscience to inspect and heal the void ship's wounds in the dock. The prayers and rituals will take some time, which our astropathic choir will use to establish a connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate, Dargonis, Janus, and Kiava Gamma. Master Zachary Weiss has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Immaterium. The Liege of Footfall has humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Liege is anxious to meet as soon as possible." Footfall, the place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he will be interested in talking to you as well, Takumi. I will be leaving your void ship when we arrive on Footfall. Once that is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete. Your ladyship, young Yvain Winterscale has asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality and for saving him from certain death. Not wishing to outstay his welcome, he plans to disembark at Footfall. Lord Yvain swears he will not forget his debt to you. I hereby inform the rogue trader that during a comprehensive system inspection raid, this unit discovered data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher and a sacrament of algorithmic authorization. Unit Tacitus Beaticus von Valancius has been added to the access list and assigned the identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's cogitator provided that she possesses the decryption key. Are you leaving us, Heinrichs? The arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall and no farther. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have. You're a skilled fighter. I could use people like you. What do you say we extend your stay in my retinue? Thank you for your offer, but I must decline. I'm afraid my duty to the Golden Throne comes before everything else. Okay, what do I need to know about Footfall? It is the largest port and the trading capital of the Coronis Expanse. It has a dockyard that will allow us to inspect and repair the void ship, and it boasts its own astropathic choir, the Coronis Expanse Communications Nexus. Not to mention pirate hideouts, smuggler caches, and forts belonging to a dozen gangs, groups, and factions. In the Coronis Expanse, the Imperium relies on this as its outpost. The fringes of humanity's domain rarely resemble its central worlds, but so long as Footfall serves the God Emperor, insofar as it can, it will be considered a citadel of the Imperium. Although I have heard that the tithes it sends are underwhelming, to say the least. Due to Footfall's remoteness, it has developed its own rules and customs. Many of the goods that can be procured there would be considered heresy in the heart of the Imperium, enough to warrant summary execution. Moreover, Footfall is the domain of the rogue traders, who transcend certain Imperial laws by virtue of the warrant they bear. Why does the Liege want to see me so badly? Not you personally. He wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. Tokara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut is telling me that something must be very wrong on Footfall if our astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such an anodyne message. We have no information, Lord Captain. The broadcast from the Footfall Astropathic Choir was the only missive Master Zachary has received lately. Alright, tell the Lady Navigator I give her leave to make the translation from the warp into real space. Vigdis begins issuing instructions. The massive ship appears to change with her every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift to real space, and measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Tokara will be informed. It is required so we can use the dock, and besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader. He will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there is still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with the proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit it incognito. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely pros and cons. One way or another. Let's go incognito. It will be done, Lord Captain. With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties. Okay. Lord Captain, I'm getting reports of several ships moving toward us. Judging by the fact they're not responding to our hails and the telemetry shows a trail of macro batteries, they're not here for a chinwag. Ready to issue orders to prepare for battle at your command. Could this be the work of Kunrad Voidfear? Possible. He could have hired some scum. Or maybe it's just a pirate who saw the state of our ship and decided to push his luck. Can we evade this combat? I don't think so, Lord Captain. There'd be no reason to. It'll be easier to blast these scum to smithereens than to evade them. We'll warn Footfall we're coming with a few macro salvos. Alright. Get ready for void combat. Oh, void combat. Look at this! It's like I'm playing Homeworld again. Oh, but it's also turn-based. Okay. That's good. Battles in space on the surface of planets work quite differently. The battlefield is separated into 3 zones marked by various degrees of brightness. Acceleration zone, mid-movement zone, end movement zone. Ships travel at high speeds even during combat, which is why both your ships and those of your enemies must move a certain distance each round. You can only end your turn once your ship has traversed this minimum required distance upon entering the end movement zone. To move the ship, click the left mouse button on any accessible cell. Okay. I see, yes. Well, we probably want to... So this is the minimum movement? Mercy of the Stars. Your ship is equipped with an arsenal of weapons which differ in terms of range of fire and offer you a variety of ways to assault your opponents. Each of its weapons once per turn. Okay. Boss pattern torpedo tubes. Okay. Well, if we get right up in his grill. I see. You have fired a torpedo salvo. Torpedoes will appear next turn in the priority order. Once your turn begins, you'll be able to direct them. Your own torpedoes can pass through the space occupied by your flagship without damaging it. As soon as torpedoes reach a cell adjacent to any enemy ship, they explode. Enemy ships can attack your torpedoes and destroy them before they reach their target. C. Well, that was something. Some ships are protected by shields. To deal damage to such an enemy, you must first pierce their shield. 2 shield arrays cover the ship's side, one protects its bow, one its stern. Choose your angle of attack wisely, direct your fire to side where the shields are weakened. You recover each round. We have to restart our shield. Reduces our combat efficiency, reduce movement speed and firing range. Okay. Boom, 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 boom! Dead as shit. I think that's all we got here. Oh. 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 Alright. That's fun. Alright, swing this bad boy around. Can't reach dorsal, but I can fire off some torpedoes again. What you say? What you say? What you say? No. missed. He missed that many times? He's fucked. You suck, dude. Oh, detonation. Whoops. Boom. Alright, now you're fucked. Boom. Void ship. Bam. Ooh. Look at us just going around in circles all the time. Now I can't shoot them, but I can fire off more torpedoes. Because it's fun. Really, dude? You didn't want to shoot these torpedoes? Alright, and you're dead. Boom. Battle's over. Alright, I just got the achievement for winning my first void combat and winning 10 void combat. Definitely something bugged with the achievement. Well, there we have it. There's a dead world and an asteroid and another ship. And then football. No, okay, yeah, it's a dead world. It's nothing. Lord Captain, the station's airlocks have been sealed from the inside. A Vox recording is stating that the priesthood of the Alter Templum Calixus X-17 Sanctuary have no desire to communicate with the laity and are refusing access to guests on the basis of the Adeptus Mechanicus' privilege of inviolability, granting them sole jurisdiction over their sacred sites. Okay, can't even look at that. Lord Captain, we have the flagship Drusus' Blessing with a small escort dead ahead. They're requesting a direct Vox channel. Greetings, Lord Captain. I am honored to speak with the rogue trader of House von Valancius. May your name be known through the ages. Chartist Captain Austerius Thorfast, bearer of a free charter of the merchant fleet. How can I be of service? Over and out. What is your squadron doing here? We develop supply routes for Chartists. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of Imperium territory, yet we do not have a fixed charter-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contacts with voidfarers in need of regular ship repairs, and those who are interested in specialized goods. Where do you source the components? They come from everywhere and nowhere. Let's see. Take a look at the catalog. Look at this. So this is, yeah, obviously stuff for our ship. Which isn't, yeah, it's not that exciting to me, I'll be honest. And I don't have any of these, things that it's really looking for. So, you know. I really can't even, like, scan this? Yeah, okay. Doesn't seem like there's any, like, side content for me to do here, then. So, yeah, I guess we'll end off here. Next time we'll head into football, which was... yeah, I'm pretty sure the area from the beta, early access, or alpha, or whatever I did. But alright. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.